Toledo will be looking to bounce back from one of the most heartbreaking losses of the college football week when it travels to Eastern Michigan on Wednesday night. The Rockets gave up 2 touchdowns in the final minute of a 41-38 loss to Western Michigan. Eastern Michigan has lost 2 close games to open the season. There has been very little movement on the line in this contest, and what movement there was has benefited the hosts. Toledo opened as a 7.5-point road favorite when the lines came out, and, as of today, they are now favored by 6.5 or 7 points at the majority of sportsbooks. 62% of the bets ATS are backing the Rockets, giving the points as the visitors in this contest. The total for this contest has bumped up a little bit this week. After opening at 58.5, the total has slipped down to 61.5 or 62 points, depending on the sports book. A hefty 72% of the bets on the total are expecting this contest to wind up over the total. Temperature at kickoff is expected to be in the high 30s for this one, under clear skies. The temperature will remain steady, with the real field temperature in the low 30s as the game continues. There is no precipitation in the forecast. There definitely will be a chill in the air for this one from the Great Lakes state. Winds are projected from the south around 7 miles an hour, with the gusts reaching 9 miles per hour. Toledo is not going to forget its 41-38 loss to Western Michigan anytime soon. The Rockets scored a touchdown with 2:54 left to take a 10-point lead and essentially seal the game, or so they thought. Western Michigan answered with a touchdown, but there was only 45 seconds left, and the Rockets still held a 4-point lead after a missed extra point. The Broncos recovered an onside kick and then scored the game-winning touchdown on a fake spike with 17 seconds remaining. Toledo was coming off a blowout win in its season opener and will need to mentally bounce back before this game kicks off on Wednesday. The Rockets' offense is absolutely rolling through 2 games. They are averaging 512.5 yards per game, which puts their offense at number 11 in the FBS. This matchup sets up quite nicely for them, as Eastern Michigan is one of the worst defensive teams in college football. The Eagles are currently allowing 483.5 yards per game. Quarterback Eli Peters has completed 64.1% of his passes for 553 yards and 5 touchdowns. He has thrown 1 interception and has only been sacked twice. Running backs Brian Kobach, Shaquille Seymour, and Mika Kelly are all over 100 yards rushing. Kobach has also notched a team-high 111 receiving yards on 11 catches. Eastern Michigan might be 0-2 to open the season, but it has been more competitive than odds makers were expecting. The Eagles have covered the spread in both of their losses and have not lost either game by more than a touchdown. They had a tough scheduling spot to open the year, having to play consecutive road games. Their defense has been really bad, and the offense has been slightly below average, notching 389.5 yards per contest. They will be happy to be playing their first home game of the year against a team that narrowly beat them by 3 points last year. Quarterback Preston Hutchinson has been decent thus far, completing 59.4% of his passes for 491 yards. He has thrown 2 interceptions and has been sacked 4 times, so ball security is going to be a key on Wednesday. Hutchinson is also the team's leading rusher right now, carrying the ball 28 times for 88 yards and 4 touchdowns. Running back Darius Boone Jr. has added 9 attempts for 68 yards, while Samson Evans has carried 14 times for 63 yards. Wide receivers Tanner New and Hassan Beydoun have both been reliable targets in the passing game. Tight end Bryson Cannon has 5 receptions for 76 yards. Boone Jr. and Beydoun are both listed as questionable for Wednesday's game due to undisclosed reasons. Time to make the pick. Eastern Michigan is a covering machine that I do not want to get in the way of right now. The Eagles are one of the favorite underdogs to bet on among sharp bettors, and they have covered in 5 of their last 6 games. This is a really nice scheduling spot for them, as they get to return home for the first time and face a team that is coming off a super emotional loss. Toledo has only covered once in its last 6 games, and is 0-7 ATS in its last 7 road games. Everything is pointing to Eastern Michigan as the correct side here. Therefore, let's go Eastern Michigan plus a touchdown and even 7 over Toledo. Again, the play here, Eastern Michigan, +7. Once again, if you like this kind of content, please do leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.